What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk, get this, is open to fighting a freak fight against Canelo Alvarez. We know Oleksandr Usyk is the unified heavyweight champion, and although the Ukrainian has a monumental rematch ahead of him on August 20th against Anthony Joshua, he's looking forward to future fights against all comers at all weights. One such possible participant could be current undisputed super middleweight Canelo Alvarez. The four-division champion and Mexican star Alvarez has campaigned as light heavyweight twice and has also alluded to aspirations to one day become a cruiserweight champion. Days before losing to Dmitry Bivol in May, Alvarez expressed interest in fighting Usyk at a 201-pound catch weight. Usyk is open to the idea as well. He said, "To fight Canelo Alvarez, I would have to lose 12 kilograms. It will be a freak fight. I think firstly I need to do what I have to do in mind in the heavyweight division and then maybe arrange such a fight. But the fight with Canelo Alvarez potentially involves big money, so I'm not ruling out the possibility that it will happen," Usyk told Paramatch. An Usyk versus Alvarez fight appears improbable when considering both sides of the physical spectrum. The 5'8" Alvarez versus the 6'3" Usyk would be something of a seesaw in retrospect. Let me counterpunch. Oleksandr Usyk said it best. I feel he said it to the degree of why he would want to fight that particular fight. He wouldn't rule it out because it's money involved. Just like it's money involved with Anthony Joshua. Usyk's no fool. He likes the idea of fighting, but any guy that has done what he's done in the Olympic rankings, being Ukrainian, mind you, has to be doing a professional career mindset only for money basis. Sure, it's pride and glory into winning, and I think he takes pride and glory into that, but it's more, it's different. See, in the Ukraine, they think, let's win the Olympics. That's the pinnacle. Everything else after the Olympics is nothing because they've already done what they're supposed to do. Him, Lomachenko, the Klitschko's, all of those cats, they all have that type of mindset. They think of it backwards as opposed to over here on this side of the pond. We think, oh, it starts when you get out the Olympics. The Olympics gives you the foundation. It builds the foundation based on what your expectations are, based on what type of medal that you receive. Was it gold, silver, or bronze? And that's based on what you're going to do. If you're gold, everything is expected with you. That's why Anthony Joshua, so much is expected of him. Okay? Whereas for Usyk, it's totally the opposite. But him fighting Canelo Alvarez, I wouldn't see if there was anything but money he would have to gain. Okay? And why do I say that? Well, we've seen Canelo take on 6-foot Bivol. Okay? And we've seen what Bivol did to Canelo. And it didn't take him a hard, dark, murky fight to do it. He just had it to box and be aggressive and consistent. And keep his boxing fundamentals, keep his guard up, catch and shoot, did everything he's supposed to did, and he done it. And it wasn't hard. Again, it wasn't hard to beat Canelo in that fight. All you had to do is show, hey, I'm a pure boxer by fighting a boxer-puncher, counter-puncher like Canelo Alvarez. A boxer-puncher / counter-puncher. That's his game. He's not light on his feet. He doesn't move around. He can box, but he's better at counter-punching. That's how he gets you. He gets you with one shot because he times it well. He's a counter-puncher. But if you're a pure boxer, pure boxers don't give you anything. Look what Floyd did to him. And then some. Look what Erislandy Lara did to him. Look what Bivol did to him. Look what Austin Trout did to him in spots. And I mean you in spots because Canelo did catch him and drop him in the 9th round of that fight. Which I think that's what won him the fight, honestly. But he was going to win that fight on paper anyway. So So on paper, that means official, right? So that's how he was going to win it. But based off the examples that I gave you guys, when you're talking about guys that can beat Canelo Alvarez, you might as well put Oleksandr Usyk in line with them too. Because he can do everything that those guys can do, if not more. But then yet he's bigger. Even if he met Canelo Alvarez at a catch weight, okay, of 201 pounds, kind of like Jake Paul wanted to do with Hasim Rahman Jr., he would still dance circles around Canelo because Canelo can't handle that type of movement. He showed us in the Lotta fight. See, Mayweather acted somewhat of a mongoose, because he kind of used himself as bait and countered off of his counters because he was quicker, smarter, and everything else. But Lotta stood on the outside and boxed him. Bivol did more and then some, and then got the score. Bars. That's what he did. So you think someone like Oleksandr Usyk doesn't have that ability? Now, the only thing I would give Canelo Alvarez, he's a good body puncher, and we know that body punches are not the favorite or the best thing on Oleksandr Usyk's defense table. Okay, he doesn't like body punches. So if Canelo can time one of those punches, he might do anything. But again, you know, if it was going to come down to him fighting Canelo Alvarez, he would have to be for the money. Because how would you be surprised if Usyk went in there and beat him up? You wouldn't. Because we've already seen someone bigger than Canelo Alvarez beat him up. And Canelo Alvarez struggled and fought and threw harder punches because he was a smarter person to try to overcompensate the way that he was getting outworked and outclassed. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk willing to take a freak fight with Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Oleksandr Usyk did say he has bigger fish to fry in the heavyweight division, but I think the more and more he talks about other fighters, I think the more and more he takes his eyes off the ball. So I would recommend Oleksandr Usyk to definitely focus on Anthony Joshua and no other fighter until he can, in fact, beat Anthony Joshua again. That is all, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!